Well, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. Today we are sitting here just doing some reviews. Women Carry Knives is over there on the couch. Say hi.
Oh, me? Hi.
Today on the table in front of us we have a prototype from the nice folks over at CJRB. This is not out yet, although they did just unload all of their prototypes over on their website. This is going to be released in a month or so, I think. This is the CJRB Tigris, and this is, well, I love this knife. Artisan, the parent company to CJRB, got their start making just sort of big, absurd, fantastic knives. And like most knife companies, particularly in the last year, they have settled into making smaller knives. And that's great. Most people really enjoy that. In fact, most people think that the bug out here is the ideal carry size. That isn't really the case for me. So when I saw pictures of the Tigris here, I was really excited. And particularly since it's going to come in at under 70 bucks. This is really a good knife at a good price, and I love that they're doing this, and I hope they continue doing stuff like this. The ones that will be for sale may be slightly different color variations. You know, this again is a prototype. Russell from CJRB/Artisan told me to tell you that this is a rough prototype. I don't know what that means. I can't see any flaws in it, but it is what it is. Let's take a look at what you get, shall we?
Yes.
Yes, let's.
What do you get?
Well, it's a knife.
A therapeutic edge.
Well, thank you, dear.
What do you get?
A knife.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for coming. We'll see you guys next time. No. All right. It is G10, multi-layered G10 in different colors. On steel liners, it is a liner lock, and this one comes to, just about 40% with a really nicely done lockup. The blade is their AR RPM 9 steel, which is their sort of budget powdered steel. You get a nice fine grain. It takes an edge very well. It's easy to sharpen. If you're going to compare this with other high-end steels, you're going to be disappointed. But if you're going to compare it with other budget steels, you won't. It has an aluminum backspacer, it has aluminum pivot collars, as you can see on both sides. In this case, it happens to be red. The blade itself is just, well, it's a cleaver, modified cleaver. We'll call it a modified cleaver-ish thing. I don't know, but I love it. It is fun to work with and fun to use. It's kind of, look at it. Look, it's not for everybody. I get that. But these have been very popular so far. People are very excited. Now, the handle itself is one of the reasons it is very comfortable. It is a very simple and straightforward set of lines with a nice thick end right here, which means it sets into the hand very, very comfortably. It is a pleasure to cut with and a pleasure to use. I'm going to pause you guys for a minute and adjust my light. You can't tell, but I was gone for a minute, and there I think the glare is a little different. Not better, just different. Man, I'll tell you what, setting up lighting for YouTube channels is a pain in the butt. Yeah. All right. Let's get the size out of the way while we're at it. Now, it is a big knife in a couple of dimensions. Closed, you're looking at from the thickest point out to just about 2 inches, a little shy, 1 3/4 inches. Not enormous, but not small either. The blade itself is, it's 1.5 inches. From the flat of the blade down to the edge, it's 1.5 inches. Lots of cutting surface, and it does come down to a very, very nice cutting edge. Very well done. It has some style, as I said, because it has two-tone G10. It does have the red backspacer, which I really like. Has a lanyard space back here, as you can see. Check that out. It is flipper activated. That's the only form of deployment. I think this thing would have been great with some thud studs. Thumb studs.
How do they deploy therapeutic edge?
Thud.
Oh.
Thumb thud. Thumb. Yeah, no, it's with a flipper because thumb thud would have been too hard to do. All right. Let's do the dimensions, shall we? We do that kind of thing around here. Might as well. You get 1, 2, 3.5 inches on 3.5 inches if you come to this spot. So it's 3.5 inches overall of AR RPM 9 steel. The grip area from behind the flipper. 1, 2, 3 3/4, which is just very nice, right? Room for my hand and any hand that is smaller. The knife from end to end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a quarter. And if you come out to the end of the aluminum backspacer, you're looking at 8.5. Let's do some size comparisons. Woo! Here it is against the Benchmade Presidio. This is a big knife. This is 8.5 inches. You can see it's a little bit longer than the Tigris here, but not in blade length, just in handle length. So you get a lot of edge. In fact, the sort of blade to handle ratio on the Tigris is really very nice. Here it is against the Bug Out, our small knife comparison tool. Yeah, right. It's a much bigger knife. You know, the action on this thing is really, really good, right? It just drops shut. It's not like cut your fingers off drop shut. It's very smooth. I really like it. I do. I really like it. I liked it when I saw pictures of it, you know, and that doesn't always work out. Sometimes you see pictures of a knife and you say, that's going to be great. And then you get it in your hand and you're like, yeah, that was not the case here. Russell was nice enough to bring this over for us to take a look at. And he pulled it out of his little knife roll and handed it to me. And I said, oh, yeah, okay. That's really good. Now, it is a big knife, but it's not enormous. Here it is against the Max Ace Goliath 2, which is an enormous knife, right? I just don't want you to think that this thing is humongous. It is big, but it's not overwhelmingly so, and it's not hard to carry. Well, and she says, Women Care Knife says, in my bear paws, but hang on. Come on over here.
Oh, I'm coming.
She's coming. Do, 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 do. Is that too big?
No, actually, it's not that bad.
Right. It's a well-sorted handle. It suits just about any hand size hand. Oh, there you go. Oh.
No, that's pretty
nails.
Good.
Her nails are prettier than mine. Maybe I should paint my nails.
Ooh, let's paint your nails for your next video.
Okay.
That'd be hot.
Let's go ahead and weigh it. The Tigris comes in at 6.4 ounces, which for a knife...
How many grams is that there, Pighead?
Oh, my goodness. It is 181 grams.
Thank you.
Yeah. Which, for a knife... What did I say? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.25 inches. 8.25 inches overall for 6.4 ounces. Not too bad. It's not lightweight, but it is not a monster in the pocket either. Oh, and one of the things that it does that is really nice, look at this pocket clip. Shaped to match the curve. It is left hand only. Excuse me, left hand. It is right hand only. No love for lefties. I know what I'm doing. I am a professional. Or something. Anyway.
Oh, sorry, there was something in my throat.
Right. But check it out. It's got nice flush-mounted screws, right? The clip itself is really well done. It matches the lines of the knife. I think it's really pretty. And very functional. This thing carries very, very well. Let's break out the calipers here. Break them out. I don't know why I say that. It's not like they were in jail.
Oh, they were.
Were they?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently my calipers were in jail. All right, so we're talking about 3.17 millimeters of blade stock. So it starts thin, and because of this really nice long grind, it's got a little bit of flat right here, but it's basically a high flat grind, it comes to a very nice edge. The handle itself is a bit of a chunker. It is 15.35 millimeters, or, yeah, 0.6 of an inch. So it's pretty thick this way, but it allows for a really nice grip. This is one of those knives where it is a ton of stylistic choices, but the actual aesthetic is all work knife. Unless stab cuts or something you really need to do a lot of, in which case this is not your blade shape anywhere. But if you are just cutting tons of cardboard, cutting up, you know, because of the shape, you can use this on a cutting board, right? Which is really very, very cool. If you're just doing a lot of sort of EDC style daily cutting, which for me is packages and cardboard and rope and whatever else you're doing, the Tigris here is going to be an excellent choice. Now, they come in blue and green, and is it green? Was there a green one?
I think so.
I think, yeah, I think though too. There have been a number of different color options and choices when these things finally do drop. But again, they're likely going to come in under $70, right around $60, $65. This is a great knife for that price. This is a great knife at even $10 or $20 more than that. But they're going to come in at a nice solid budget price, and that makes me super happy. In the end, I absolutely recommend this, and I hope that the folks over at CJRB are listening. Do more of this. Make big, silly knives that just work. This does. And you will have, fans that want to follow them and buy them. This is going to sell because of its weirdness, and yet people are going to suggest it to their friends because of how well it cuts and how well it carries. You guys have done a really, really remarkable thing here. Anyway, this has been the CJRB Tigris. I have been a Therapeutic Edge. Please subscribe on your way out. I would love to have you here on a regular basis. If you have any questions about this knife or any of my knives, feel free to ask down in the comments below. We'll see you next time.